Hi, it's Emily from Emily Loves Pins. I've got my monthly package from Paris, and we're going to open it. I'm going to talk about some things that have been on my mind. So I am in a pin group on Facebook called, well, I'm in several pin groups on Facebook, but these pins that I get from Paris every month are in Remy's Pin Adventures. The pickup person is David Garcia, and I have been having pins picked up from him for 4 to 5 years, I would say. Maybe not 2020, because I don't really remember what he was doing during the pandemic. I'm not positive. So, but recently, but I have been getting pins monthly from him for, oh my gosh, as long as I can remember collecting pins. I'm just a little unsure about what 2020 looked like for us, for Paris pins. And he has recently, obviously shipping prices are going to go up. He was told by, I'm guessing it's their version of the Postal Service, but internationally, about prices going up on shipping, because of the tariffs. And so we're going to deal with that. That transition is going to happen after August 29th. And then we're going to see how much they are, right? He took a guess for me, and he guessed about 10% of the cost of the items, right? Well, I looked back at my previous orders, and I think I was paying about 8%. So if that's the case, it won't be a problem. I don't mind paying an extra $2, $4, whatever it is, to get these Paris pins. There is one pin missing out of here. It will be in the next shipment. It was a pin from a special event. And see, like this one is LE 800. So these are super cute. And I want to say this is the same. But, so there's also things going on in the other pin groups that I'm in. I'm just going to come out and say it. I've never really been a good beat around the bush person. But I feel like at this time, resellers are pushing regular people that just collect pins to collect pins out of the pin business. And I'm going to say that with, there might be resellers on here. There might be resellers that are friends of mine that I'm not even aware that they consider themselves resellers. But I've also been using Mike Peterson. It's Disney Trader Mike on Facebook for as long as I've had pins picked up. Other than when Disney was closed for the pandemic, Mike Peterson has done my pickups for 5, 6-ish years. Unless you're a cutthroat person and he's going to go, oh look, my dogs are thirsty. Unless you're a cutthroat person and you're going to push people down and run people over to get into the parks and go get the pins, then there's no place for someone like me to buy a pin that is just above cost. So I'm going to say, for example, I don't know exactly how much he made per pin, but I'm just going to give you an example. If a pin was $19.99, I know he probably gets 20% off. He's an annual pass holder. He might even be DVC and get 25% off. I'm not sure. I don't know his personal business. I know that at the minimum, he would get 20% off. So he gets $4 off that pin, right? It's a $20 pin. He gets $4 off. He charges me $22. And then I pay shipping. Well, I don't know how many people have been to Disney World, but the getting there, parking, paying for the annual pass, walking in the door, like parking at the Transportation and Ticket Center, and taking a ferry boat or a monorail over to the parks to stand in line in 100-degree weather to go then all around the parks to pick up the pins for the people that you're shopping for, they deserve to make money, right? I'm not upset at his $6 a pin. If that's what it is. I'm just giving a generalized guess. I really don't know. But if that's what he's doing, right? And say he's charging $5 or $6 a pin. So what? So what? He went to all that trouble to get that pin for me. I appreciate his time, standing in the heat, his gas money, his flight money, because frankly, he doesn't even live in Florida. But what I have a problem with is that regular people like me that don't live near a park can't even get a pin right now. I cannot get a pin right now. He's not even going. He's not even bothering because he can't get anything. Everything sells out within minutes. I was on Shop Disney 2 days ago to get some mystery pins. 11:02, they were sold out. 11:02 my time, which is 2 minutes, they were sold out. But I did see them for sale within 30 minutes with the price jacked up to 3-4 times the price that they actually cost. And I know Disney's limiting things, and I know it's supposed to be limited to per person. But I mean, if I took my husband, my 3 kids, their spouses, and my granddaughter, that would be 5, 6, 7, 8 people. I could get 16 pins, right? So limited 2 per person. I could still get 16. I just have a real, I feel like regular people are getting pushed out. And on my part, I feel like regular people are getting pushed out. I feel like I am a pin collector, and unless I want to pay, let's see, what did I pay for the last dining pin? That was the eagle. I believe it was the one with the eagle on it. I paid $55. It's a $23 pin. $55. Because if I want to continue to collect that monthly series, I have no choice. So I gotta say, for the first time in, I would say since the pandemic closed Disney, I have no idea how I'm gonna get my pins. And that's a real problem for me. So, and I don't know, there's these, we'll give it to you for $1 start on whatnot. Even when it's a 10-second sudden death, the $1 start gets up to $63. I don't believe that. So I'm trying not to be super negative, and I'm really trying not to be super negative in all my videos. I'm having a hard time, though. I live in North Carolina. I do have people that could go to the parks and pick things up for me, right? I could ask my friend Greg, he's an annual pass holder, hey, can you go to the parks and pick things up for me? But if I don't ask him to basically get there at like 6 o'clock in the morning, stand in the heat in the line for hours, and then run and fight people like it's Black Friday, that's a real big ask for somebody who's not a pin pickup person, he would be doing this out of friendship, right? And what I'm asking of him that's not friendship. That's not fair to put people in that position. So yeah, I don't know. I'm really uncertain as to what's going to happen. I know that I don't want to stop collecting pins. I do want to stop fighting over pins. This is supposed to bring you joy. This is supposed to bring you, it's supposed to be fun. Like the pin event, I go once a year. I get 1 pin event a year. And I want this to be fun. I really want this to be fun. And I've talked it over with a good friend of mine that's also an avid pin collector. And we're both kind of feeling the same. Seeing people in the pin groups upset because, just for example, there was a post the other day about, it was the Headless Horseman. Not in hand, just to guarantee that the person can buy it at the upcoming pin event. Was it 400 or 600? Already sold on eBay. And you know, everybody's going to use the eBay prices. Already sold on eBay. The pin isn't even in hand. $600. I want to say the price of the pin was, let's just say it was 50. Could have been. Prices have gone up. If you think pins are $25 at a pin event, there's no way. But yeah, marking it up immediately before the pin is even in hand. 600, 700, 800%, 1,000%. I don't know. So I don't know what's going to happen in these with these upcoming pin events and pickups. I don't know what's going to happen with the Paris pins. I'm willing to pay a little bit more. It can't be astronomical though. I can't go paying $8 for shipping to paying like $25. That's too much, and it's, I don't know. I don't think it's worth it. I don't hardly get very many Shanghai or Hong Kong pins anymore because Larry Z, the pin person, Larry and Pins, he's not shipping to the United States anymore. Again, I could go with whomever I can find, but that's not really my style either. I like to get with somebody and trust them. And, you know, they can count on me, I can count on them every month, is what I like. So, I don't know. I don't even know if I'll post this because it's kind of a drag. It's kind of a real drag. But I am not the only person saying this. I'm not. In fact, I saw a video not very long ago of someone who got knocked to the ground. A woman who was going Tuesday to the pin drops at Disney World, and she got knocked to the ground, and the person that knocked her down just kept walking. So, like I said, that's a lot to ask of somebody, especially if they're your friend. It's not really something that friends ask friends to do. So at this moment, at this time, I don't feel like I have any pin sources. So, I don't know. What's a regular pin person supposed to do? And I did see one of the comments that kind of cheesed me right off on that Headless Horseman post was, if you've ever sold a pin, you're a reseller. I've sold pins. I'm not a reseller. I'm a collector. It's not my job to sell these pins. It's my job to collect them. And I like supporting people. I really do. There's a handful of people on Whatnot in pin groups that I have always supported, but it's getting real hard because the prices are going up real high. You know, I still need that pizza Rizzo. And I was talking to Melanie today about, do we even have anything we could trade for that? Do we even have anything that I could trade someone at the pin event for a $200 pin? Because essentially that's what Pizza Rizzo is right now. He's a $200 pin. Who likes my beautiful tanzanite? But it's just, I don't know. It's disheartening. It stinks. Hopefully now that I've gotten this out of my system, I can get past it. But it's been not fun collecting pins lately. So I think my husband's about to get home. My dogs are about to go haywire. So let's down and look at my Paris haul, because it could be almost the last one. All right, bye.